Alright guys, welcome back to this next video. We're going to continue on with our FiveM series. Trying to get a life back on FiveM. We're getting pretty close with the script wise. It's taking a little longer, of course, because I am doing videos for each and every video. Well, just about each and every script. I am compacting some of them together, but we're working our way through it. I'm going to try to push through the weekend and get most of these done just for the server itself. Now we will continue on doing a couple of videos probably about every day or so until we go through my entire keymaster so you guys can see how all the scripts are installed. And then, like I said, if you guys, I've said in several videos, if you have a script that I haven't done or you think I may have or you guys need to see or think it would be interesting for someone else to see how it's installed, please get with me in the comments or send us a message either through, you can go through YouTube and get our Discord channels and go that route. All of my Discords are in there for this server, for the Reckless Development Discord, as well as No Filter Nation. All we're asking, guys, if you wouldn't mind to please go ahead and smash the like button, comment in the video description below just so you guys can help us push the videos out and help build the channel. And as always, comment and smash the notification bell so you guys will know when we send out new videos. And of course, when we start going live here very soon. We will be live on FiveM as well as several other games and other things. And then we'll also be bringing up No Filter Nation as well as along the way. That's going to be our podcast system that we're going to be running. We'll have videos coming up as well as a live podcast soon after. But let's get after it today. The next one we're going to work on is we've got a few that we may or may not install. As always, I've downloaded a bunch and I don't know if I'm going to use them yet, so they'll be circled back to. So the next one we're probably going to work on is probably going to be Drugs Creator, just because it's the next one, main one that we'll need. After that, we're going to get into NB, and that's going to be a bit of a few here that run together. Probably. Yeah, most of these are going to be separate. Probably this one and this one will be separate. This one can go with one of these because it's just a drag and drop within reason. So let's get after it. Let's start the Drugs Creator. That is a pretty big script. Most people have heard of it. Most people want to use it, don't know how, or having issues with keeping it running. So let's get after it, and that way you don't have to pay a developer on telling you how to do it or making it easier for you to use it. So let's get after it. So first thing we're going to do is cut this thing open. Let's go ahead, pull this up. The Drugs Creator itself isn't a hard script to install. It just has a lot of parts. So first thing we're going to do is not in this. First thing we need to do is take care of an issue you're going to have with using it, which is that only admins can use it, which is a good thing. We don't need anybody just making up stuff. So first thing you have to actually do is go on your server CFG and make it a change. So what I'm going to do is I've had this thing written out several times. So I'm just going to go snatch it from one of my other servers. So I think it's in my backups. I'm pretty sure it's in this one. So this is it. Yeah. So this is an old. It's my after the end server. This is one of my backups for it, so I don't have to recode every single freaking thing. But what I want to steal is this right here. This is the permissions for Drugs Creator. This allows admins and God in the game to do its own thing. And what you also need to do while I'm doing this is I'm going to grab these auxlib permissions too, just so the auxlib is in, because I don't think we did those. If you guys need these, let me know. This one here, I had an admin write it up for me, so I'll just kind of hang off here for a second. If you guys want to screenshot it or something, this is just for Drugs Creator, and these here, these last 4 lines here, it's for auxlib. Alright, okay, so I've got it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this, and I'm going to open this one. Alright, I'm going to go down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy over this. I'm going to drop that in. Now, I have my permissions, under permissions for drug creator, and then the resources, which is for Oxlib. That'll make sure everything can work and we can use the commands as admins in the anything in the Oxlib, because Oxlib has its own UI, its own menu systems that you can use as well. So that just allows you to be able to use it. So again, if you guys need that, go ahead and get it. Screenshot it. All you gotta do is copy it up just like it says. If you have any issues, let me know. I can just send this to you in Discord, and you can just copy and paste it too. So, alright, so let's get after it. Let's save this. I know some of you guys have if you haven't been around, you may be saying, oh, you're showing different stuff that you shouldn't be showing. Don't stress about it, because you can't see any of my personal identification information on there for my accounts, but you can see the key. The key will, people may say you can see the server key. That's all going to change. The IP addresses are going to be changed. As soon as the server is done and I'm done with these videos for this part of the setup, because the rest of them are going to be on my local, as soon as this server is built, it will be put on a different IP address, as well as I will change out the server key. So don't even stress about that part. It's all going to change anyways. So now we got that part done, we can go back to our dress creator right here. Alright, now first things first, let's get the SQLs out of the way. On this one, data. A lot of this stuff you won't use, mainly because it's stuff you won't need, because it's considered ESX items. So what we're going to do is we're going to load these in using import, so you guys can see which ones I'm using, because we have to work off two screens. So we're going to go to our database, we're going to go to import, and we're going to do choose file, and we're going to go to server, drugs creator, SQL. Now we're going to start at the top and work our way down. Import, that one worked. Import, it's going to go back to the same place every time. Crafting recipes, good on that one. The next one should give us an error that I'm thinking of. Well, this is data. I think this is one that's going to throw an error. No, that one went too. There's a couple that we can't use. I can't remember which ones they are. Drug fields. I think it's the item we can't use, because that's for SQL. I think it's the item ones. Let's see. So drug field data. Import, no problem. Import. Didn't even switch. Okay, so we're loading in auctions, crafting recipes, the data, the drug fields, the drug field data. Let's see, we're up to this one, I believe. Import, okay, it's a duplicate. That's the one we just did. So we're just going to continue to load these. Continue, we're going to choose file. Now, this is where we're going to have an issue. This one, this one, this one, all these first ones, all the way down to drug field data. These first four will load. This one will load too. When you get into harvesting items, that's when we're going to start seeing things weird. Because some of these items are going to be ESX things. So let's do that one. That one went. Then we're going to do items data. That one went. Then we're going to do items limit. There. These are ESX. You see right here, it's going to tell you ESX. So now we're going to do import again. Now items weight, you're going to see the same thing. Watch. See? ESX. So we're going to go laboratories. Looks like I knew we had a couple that would not load. Looks like it's going to be those items ones that we don't need to do. So if you guys are doing yours and you get in to do it, these items are the ones for ESX. I had a feeling it was those. So there is the ones that you cannot load for QBCore. All the others, there's what, 11 in there? So you'll need to put in 9 of these tables. Okay, once you got those 9 tables in, Next, you'll go back and you'll do your config. So there's, I think this one's in shared. That's not it. Let's see. That one. No, that's not it. Migration server should have been there, I would think. Let's go look at this. There ain't a lot you have to actually do to this one, to be honest. Let's see. We do have some notifications you need to add in, alerts and things. So, I know there was something I'm forgetting. The items, so there is items, I forgot about that, so there is items. Let's see. I think that's it. Maybe it was only that. Okay. So you have some, you can replace the default notifications, you can replace the police alerts, things like that. You can do all that as well. Most of it I just usually drag and drop. I don't have to, because it's all, you can do it all inside of the client, inside of the server. There should be though. Where are they? Here's images for items, and it usually has an item list. Let me see. Do I have to create those? I just wonder. I want to give you guys every bit of information I can, because he changes this thing so much. And I want to see. He has the item list. Let's see. QBCore. There it is. I knew it was there. So you'll copy this. So you'll click there. And you'll go to resources, QBCore, shared, items, and I can't do it that way. That makes me irritated to do it that way. Alright, so next thing you'll do is drop this down. Drugs, creator, items, and then just drop it in. And you're going to have to correct all of this spacing if you want to keep it looking, you know, semi-professional. Drugs Creator is a great program. However, the rest of them that they make, I'm not a fan. I mean, everybody has their own stuff they like. I'm just not a fan of the Jobs Creator or any of that other stuff. I've got a couple of them. I'll have to see which ones they are. I'm pretty sure we've got them, the Jobs Creator and the Heist Creator, I believe, maybe. The Jobs Creator is garbage. Don't buy it. You can do it on your own. Alright, so that's got the items in. All you really need to do now, so you're installing the SQLs, and you're installing the items, which is on the link from your README, and the pictures are in images. And remember, if you're using a Windows server, don't drag and drop, copy and paste. Then all you need to do is decide where you're going to put it at. I always put it here, so we'll drag that in and drop it. Again, guys, while we're waiting for this to load, if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't already, please smash the like button and drop a comment in below. You know, comment on my great editing skills, which we're not using on this. These are no edit videos, people. I'm trying to put them out as fast as I can, and I don't think taking the time to edit it and make them all pretty is even really worth the trouble. consider you guys just want to see how to do it. So, you know, these videos, you can slow them down and stop and do just as I'm doing it, and you can install them. And then if you need any help after the fact, comment in the videos. I look at all the comments that we get. I look at all the messages I get, all the emails. If you guys need help, let me know. If you want quick help, go to the Discord. That's it. The only thing we ask about Discord is please that we ask you guys to go back and like the videos just to help push out the channel. That's all we ask. Alright, Drugs Creator's in. Now, what we're going to do is back up in this thing here. I am going to drop you guys down to this screen while we do a restart. I think it's going to want us to install an extra item. That's what I want you guys to see. I'm pretty sure there's another item it wants us to install, but it never tells you about it. I'm pretty sure it's Drugs Creator that does it. There's Drugs Creator. I just saw it pop up. So when Drugs Creator loads, what it's going to do is it's going to do this. It's going to tell you how many pocket craftings you have. Usually they're together, but it depends on where it falls sometimes. So you've got this one setting up your database. It's picking up the inventory items. It's going to do your database there. And then it couldn't, something about a file. Oh, config current JSON. Shouldn't be a problem. Then it's going to say config loaded, so there it is. And then it's going to tell you how many auctions you have up, how many crafting recipes, and this is going to be total. So no matter how many you make, it's going to show here. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get back up to the main screen, and I'm going to start FiveM. We're going to test it. I want to see if it throws me the error that I'm thinking of, because I thought this thing at one point asked you to install another menu system, and I know I've got it. I think it's menu something, but I wanted to show you where it comes up at, if it does it still. And Jaksam may have, you know, done away with that need for that at some point. I think it was menu default. Maybe it was that one. I'm not 100% sure. I've done this so many times that now I drag in all my dependencies in one file. And then if it needs an update after I restart it, I just put the new updates in for those dependencies. That way, as I'm building my server out, I don't have to worry about, oh, I forgot to add that. So it's always a good idea, even if you shut your server down for a temporary situation, if you plan on putting it back up, download a copy. Alright, so this is going to bring us up. Now, first person. Okay, let's get out of here. It's always dark. Every time you restart, it changes the time. Alright, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to change the time. Alright, so if you try to do t/drugs creator without doing anything else, there you go. Now, if you have an admin that tries to do that and it throws them an error, it won't let them in it, tell them to do the t-admin menu, so they would do t/admin. Okay, and then they would go to their name, and then they'll go to permissions and change themselves in that menu up there to admin. But this is Drugs Creator. Basically, this allows you to create any item you want to create. You can pull any item and make it a drug, or you can just spawn said item. So if you want to create a drug field, you just go to where you want it at and create a drug field. So you can go to, let's see, let's go to the water here. Okay, let's do this. You over here. I do this in my zombie server, so I usually make places for people to collect water. But what you can do is go to a place like, you don't want it to where anybody's going to get hurt or anything or die. So like kind of go right here, okay? And you do T/drugs creator. Now, in this specific case, we're going to make a harvestable item because we're going to harvest it from here. Now you can make it a lab where you have to have, you know, like if you're going to make water, you know, bottled water, you know, to this spot. Like say you're in a zombie server and you can make it so that when they drink a bottle of water, they keep the bottle. You can go in this spot right here and you can create a lab at this spot, and you can make a new lab, and to put your item in here, to take your item, but in order to do it, you need a crafting recipe. So what you could do is you could go in here, and you're going to call it something. So we would, in our zombie server, we would call it bottled water. Okay. How fast do you want to craft it? I don't know. 3 seconds. Okay. Now, result if the recipe is correct, but not all ingredients are in the perfect quantities. Now, this is the thing. You would want it to be the same item, but maybe less, if you want to do this. Me, I set this the same, because it's always going to have to be right. So, what you would do, so what we're going to do is choose an item. You don't even have to know the spawn code. You can go in here and type in water. So here you have a bottle of water. Okay, water_bottle is a spawn code. So if they do it, they're going to get 1 bottle of water. Okay, now here's the ingredients. So what you would do here is go in here and suggest they have one empty. We don't have one yet because I haven't created, but we could just, for now, let's just do plastic. We have plastic, right? So there's plastic. Okay, they're going to need plastic to get a bottle of water. So, because if they was in my zombie server, they would have the empty bottle of water to get the water. They would just be filling it up. So, they're going to need 1 plastic, which would be in the zombie server, it would be a plastic bottle. So they need 1, and I always make it 1, 1, because there is, you know, no other way. It's just what we set it up to be. Now this is going to be the perfect result, which is the water bottle. So bottle of water, and they're going to get 1. What to do now is create that item. See, this is a recipe to make the bottle of water. Of course, normally we'd have an empty bottle. Now, we're going to set up a lab in this spot. So we're going to create a lab, and we're going to call whatever I want. So we're going to call it water bottle. Now, the good thing about this is you can grab your coordinates. Now, if you're on a map with a zombie server and you want people to be able to know where it's at, you can just click that, and you can name the blip as water bottle. You can change the sprite, you can change the color, whatever. I'm going to turn it off because I don't want to look all that up, but it would show up on your map. Your scale. Now, here's the thing. You can leave these the same. This one here, make it the same. Reason being is you can change it later. Now, color is what the color of the circle is going to look like. If you don't want it to be, turn up the opacity. It's going to make it go away. Darker, lighter. This is the color you're going to see on the circle. So I'm going to turn it back to about halfway so we can see it. Okay, now you can set this up to be job only. If you don't want anybody to be able to use it, you have to, it automatically defaults to all jobs. See, all jobs allowed, which means even civilians, freelancers. Okay, so everybody can find this. Now here's your crafting recipe. So you go in, click on that, and then you just create. Now we should be in the lab. See it? There's your lab. Now, what happens if you don't have the right items? Hit E. You have nothing useful. Okay? Now you can, it still lets us do it. Let's see. Let's look at this one. It used to let us make it blow up, but it looks like it's not doing that anymore. I must take that part out. Okay, so if I give myself t/give item 1 plastic 5. So now I have 5 plastic in my pocket. Go in. This is where we may have the issue with the menu. This is what I'm wondering. I'll hit E. There it is. Menu underscore default. That's the one we gotta have. Okay? When you click on that, it's going to automatically bring you to a spot to download it. I should already have it. I'm not going to download it again. So that's how that works. So we're going to close out of this, and we're going to have to exit out. See, and it even shows up here in the top. No such export get menu in resource menu underscore default. So we're going to quit out of here. And I already have it. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to download it again. It just makes more junk on my computer. So we're going to put it right in here. Let's see. Desktop. I'll just pull it out of this. I know it's in here. It's in one of these. Menu default. There it is. Drag and drop. While I'm here, I'm going to fix my map because that map is driving me crazy. If you guys don't have the Olsen sat map, get with me. I'll give it to you. Mine's already fixed. It's up to you. You can get it online. All you got to do is search for it. The Olsen sat map. That's the 3D map that I use. I like it. You can change it up to for the different codes for the zip code. So if you want 3-digit, 4-digit, whatever. I've got mine set for the 3 digits. That's what I've always used, and it doesn't confuse the shit out of me. So I don't like the 4-digit ones, and I don't like the maps that aren't 3D. Even if you don't have the 3 digits, or if you have the 3 or 4 digits, that's not so bad. But some of these crappy ass maps, I don't like them. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick restart after we get these scripts in. So let me pop you up here so you can see. So I've got it pulled up. We've got menu default. We've dragged it into here. And like I said, Olsen sat map, OULSEN underscore SATMAP. Olsen sat map. That's my map. So that goes in here as well. That just makes it so that that 3D map is in there. And I always put that in standalones. Alright, now, again, I'm going to go ahead and just restart the server. Just so everything's loaded, and then I'll show you how that works. If you guys need any help with Drugs Creator, please get with me. Me and my admins have no problem giving you guys a quick little rundown on anything. The biggest thing you need to know how to do with Drugs Creator is create items. We've went over that a couple of times in these videos. If you guys need any help or just forget about it, forget how to do it, get with me. I'm going to probably eventually make a video on making a couple of items, making cars, stuff like that. Just one big thing about all the miscellaneous stuff. That way I'll have one video just for that, or all the miscellaneous behind the scenes crap that you have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and cue it back up again. Yeah, that's one of the last videos I'll probably make when I get done with this. It's getting the server built up, at least the base. Is I'll make a video on making an item, coding it in, doing a picture, doing all the steps to get a picture. We'll do coding a car, maybe building a car pack, maybe building a car, pulling a car out, putting all the pieces where it needs to be. Just a rundown of all that kind of stuff. Stuff that you kind of have to figure out. If you don't know how to do it, items will mess up your pockets in a heartbeat. And again, while we're waiting to drop in, guys, if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't already done it, please hit the like button for me. Comment in the video below if you like the videos, if there's anything you want to see us do, anything like that. It does help. Those 2 items mainly just help push us out in the YouTube algorithm so that more people see the videos, and we can help more people, as well as help build the channel. That's our main goal, is just building the channel and helping people. Alright, let's go back to where we were. So we're back in the circle. I'm going to walk out of it just because of, I don't want it to screw me up here. Alright, we're going to hit E. There's the menu in the bottom. Now, what I'm going to do is try to put the wrong number in. Okay? We're going to do like 3. Confirm. We're going to do like 3. And should, there it goes. Watch, watch, watch. It blows up. Run. Okay. I don't want to do that. I don't need SOS. I am God. Bring myself back. There we go. Okay. Now we got to wait on the fire to quit. Come on, fire. Go away. Just run up here. Gotta go away. That's what happens. Everybody's got to know what they're doing. Okay. Let's see here. Where do we stick it? Is it over here? Should be able to see the circle somewhere. There it is. Okay, so now we're going to go in again. We're going to hit 1. Confirm. Now we got a bottle of water. Now if we look in our pocket, there's our bottle of water. Now if we do it again, he's going to keep crafting until he runs out of items, is what he's going to do. See, we got 3. I think I'll give myself a little, couple more plastic. It'll do it. Okay. So, there. All we got to do is hit 5. There's a bottle of water. There. Pretty simple on that part. I am going to take that away though. We don't need that. Just to show you guys at the top. How to do it. Same thing with pocket crafting. You just create a new pocket craft. You decide what will start it. The thing about pocket crafting is you have to have a key item to start. So like if you're going to roll weed, you want the starter item to be something like a lighter, or even you can use rolling papers is a great one. If it's going to be street weed, so they're going to be rolled up with white rolling paper, you would use that. If it's going to be blunts, you'd want to start it with blunt. Double click on the blunt, that's what starts the crafting. So in this one, let's just say, I'll just show you the base. So you have an evidence bag, and then you just add to it what you want. So this is the starter item, and then you want to make the end result. Okay, so it would be like, say, weed bag or whatever the end result would be, and then these are your required items. So you go in here and you find what you want to have as your items to make it. So with weed, it would be the rolling paper and the weed. So those would be your required items. Okay, and the rolling paper is just what starts it. So you double click on it, and then the result is this, and you put in how much you want, and if you lose it. So like, if it's going to be a lighter, you don't want to lose the lighter. But if it's rolling paper, it's always a good thing to make those go away. So 1 bag of rolling papers and let's say 5 marijuana would give you 5 joints up here. So it's just a matter of setting those up. Selling, same thing. Go in, change what you need to change, turn off what you need to turn off, turn on stuff. Narcos, pushers, plain. Here's your drug field. You just set up your drug field wherever you want. You just click new field. You click the coordinates. You can even do your own objects, so that way it shows like weed when you get close to it or whatever, or cocaine plants. I can send you, you can go in, there is a website you can go to that has all of those for FiveM. Basically, you just fill these out for if you need something, what it's going to give you, max and minimum quantities. And that's how you do those. And these are harvestable items, so these are just items you can harvest randomly, like if you've ever been in a FiveM server and you go to the drug lab, you know, or go to the chemical plant up there, you can go in there and get, like, a lot of people put like codeine or something in there, and you just randomly spawn it out of nowhere. That's what that is. They just added auctions, so you can auction your stuff. You can put in auctions for stuff and they can bid on it. Here's your effects for your different drugs. So you can create a new drug or even change an active drug, how they take it. Visual effects. This is the color you'll see on the screen. So blurred vision, pink, whatever. Here's perks. So you can make it, you know, armor, health, whatever. And then these add to it. And then these are special effects. They've got a stalker, a vehicle follows you around, and a ghost, which is it used to be a doctor. I don't know what they've changed it to now. And this is the effects duration of all this crap. So this won't last but about 30 to 40 seconds, but this is how long whatever you're doing here. So if they can run fast, that's what's going to wear out. The Nexus is where you can go in and you can find stuff that everybody else has made. So kind of get an idea of what to do, how to do it, maybe some ideas on what to make, you know, that kind of stuff. You can find all kinds of stuff in there. That's basically Drug Creator. It's not that difficult. It's just something you have to learn slowly. And again, if you guys, I need to get rid of that field. Keep forgetting to do that. Now, let's see, that was a drug field. No, that was a lab. That one. The only thing is, if you create a effect, you have to restart the server for the effect to take effect. So if you create a new effect on a drug, and you make a new drug, you make a new item, all that stuff, do it all in one shot. So create your item, put in your picture, create the name of the drug, whatever, make the whole drug, even down to the effects, the lab, the whole 9 yards, put it all in, and then restart the server. Because all of the other stuff, like say you mess up in the lab, you can change that while the server's running. But you have to get the effects and the item in at the same time, so that way you can use them. So kind of plan them out ahead of time. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Drug Creator. It's not that hard. If you guys have any questions or any problems, please feel free again to comment. You know, like this video, get into the Discord, let us know you're having problems. We'll try to help you out as much as possible. As far as using the Drug Creator, most of my admins know how to do it. You know, we've got a couple of good ones over there. They'll help you out. If you have any problem with the coding side as well, we can help you out. It's not that bad. It looks more complicated than what it is, and they've made it easier as we've been using it as well. But again, guys, that's going to kill it for this one. I will be back pretty quick with another one. If you guys need any help, again, let us know, and we'll see you in the next one. And as always, man, smash the like button and leave us a comment, and have a great day.